Alright, so once you've transferred all your files that you need onto your memory stick, just go to Game, Memory Stick, and you'll see this Helicast Recovery Flasher. Press X to run it. Alright, and choose the second option, agree, take me to the program. It's basically his disclaimer. Now what you want to do, where it says target firmware, it'll be default to 5.0. What you want to do is press X to cycle it until you reach load from external firmware pack, or FW pack. Go to the bottom, below that it says CFW, and press X. And it'll allow you to choose which one you want. In this case, we choose this particular firmware pack because it's for the old PSP, and it's for the 550 Gen D3 custom firmware. And we'll reset the settings, and it'll just do its thing. Shouldn't take too long. So what basically happens is that it tries to update the firmware to the 550 that we copied earlier, and then once it's done that, it'll change it to the Gen D3 custom firmware. It's overwriting all the files now, just like pretty much just how it was earlier with the whole Pandora battery thing. Alright, so it's all done. Press any button to shut down. It'll shut down the PSP. Let's wait for the power to go out. Alright, turn it back on. Settings again, because we reset it. And now if you go to System Settings and System Information, you now see it. The system software has changed to 550 Gen D3. So the last step now is to go back to the memory stick and run the Prometheus add-on for the firmware. And that will allow us to play a lot of different and newer games. So press X to install custom firmware. It'll detect that it's the PSP 1000. Press X to start. Alright. Now I see it's changed to 550 Prom 4. Alright, so before we try and run a game, hold on the select button, release it, and it'll show you the 550 VSH menu. Go down to where it says UMD ISO mode, and just use the directional pad to just change it to M33 driver. Go to exit, and now we can try to run a game. Make sure it works. Alright, so that's how you install custom firmware, update it, and use it to run ISOs.